Well, for more on that story, we can take you now to the Afghan capital, Kabul. Joining me is Maeem Meer from the humanitarian think tank Samuel Hall. Thank you for being with us on France 24 tonight. Now, the Afghan government, as we learned today, is in line to receive a lot of money over the next few years. Isn't there a risk that this will exacerbate the very real problem of corruption in that country?
Well, the risk is always there, but I would go further and say that the question is not so much one about the Afghan government's responsibility towards donors, but also that of the international community towards the Afghan people in line with principles of humanitarian aid.
But handing over $15 billion to the people's government over the next 4 years seems to be a step in the right direction, some might argue. Where exactly will that money be going?
Well, following the Warsaw conference a few months ago, which was a pledge specifically for the security forces, the money now is going to some of the key infrastructural and development support that is intended, notably education, agriculture. But one could argue that after 15 years in the country, these are exactly the same projects that were supported after 2001. So there's really a question about, has there been a learning agenda, a learning process here?
Is it fair for the European Union to oblige the Afghan government to take back failed asylum seekers? Up to 80,000 this year alone will be sent back to Afghanistan.
I think it's important to use harsh words, but that are true. We're talking about deportations here. There is even discussion about building a new terminal at Kabul airport solely for these returns. It's important to remember what exactly these people would come back to in Afghanistan. 40% unemployment, 500,000 youth going into the job market every year. The opportunities are bleak, and once deported or forced returned, people are more than likely to want to reach Europe or elsewhere again.
Aside from the refugee issue, Kabul is also under pressure to seek a peace deal with the Taliban, something which, of course, has been elusive up until now. Is that wise, given what's going on in the country at the moment? The Taliban, of course, just a few days ago overran a major city.
Mm-hmm. Well, you saw that recently the government managed to secure an agreement with Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, a long-standing commander who was living in Pakistan or in hiding. Recently, as you mentioned, Kunduz fell briefly to the Taliban again just last week. In Nangarhar in the east, you have the presence of ISIS in a variety of districts. Civilian casualties keep on rising, so the risk is very real. But at the same time, there's little other solution than peace at the end.
Maeem Meer in Kabul, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.